Nearly half the people who catch this virus die. Not elderly patients, not people already sick, healthy adults. And right now, today, it is sitting inside millions of homes across America, floating in the air of old cabins, drifting through barns, and settling into the dust of storage sheds that haven't been opened since last winter. And the only reason it hasn't already rewritten human history is because it hasn't learned one single trick yet, but it's getting closer. Seasonal flu kills less than 0.1% of people it touches. COVID-19 shut down the entire planet at 1 to 3%. SARS had governments in full emergency mode at 10%. Hantavirus, 40%. Sit with that. 4 out of every 10 confirmed cases end in death. And here's what makes that number even more disturbing. Most victims felt fine on Monday. By Wednesday, they couldn't breathe. By weekend, they were gone. This is not a slow disease. This is an ambush. You don't catch this from a sick person. You don't drink contaminated water. You don't even have to touch anything. You just have to breathe. Specifically, you breathe in dust. Dust containing microscopic traces of infected rodent droppings, urine, nesting material. The primary carrier in North America is the deer mouse, completely ordinary, found on every single continent except Antarctica, probably within a mile of where you're sitting right now. Picture this scenario. Family drives up to a cabin they haven't visited since last winter. They walk in, open the windows, grab a broom, and start cleaning up. That dust cloud they just kicked into the air, well, that's a moment. No dramatic bite and no obvious warning. Just a few seconds of breathing in the wrong room, and 3 weeks later, the lungs filled with fluid. Now here's where this story stops being just interesting and starts being genuinely important. Hantavirus has one critical weakness as a pandemic threat. It almost never jumps between humans. You get infected, you get sick, it stops with you. That single biological barrier is the only thing standing between this virus and a global catastrophe. But in the Andes Mountains of South America, that barrier didn't hold. A strain called Andes virus spread at a funeral, and inside a hospital, person to person. Virologists weren't alarmed because it spread far. They were alarmed because of what it proved. It proved the lock can be opened. Here's what nobody connects. Hantavirus outbreaks didn't happen randomly. They follow the weather. Heavy rainfall triggers plant blooms. Plant blooms trigger food explosions for rodents. Rodent populations spike by 10 times the normal levels, sometimes even more. More rodents means more virus in the environment, and more virus means more human contact. More human contact means more chances for mutation. And as global weather patterns get more extreme every single year, we are not just watching this process happen, we are accelerating it. Every flood season is another spin of the wheel. So why isn't this on the front pages every morning? Simple. Cases are scattered, rural, isolated. There's no single outbreak city to point a camera at, no obvious villain. Just individual people across different states and different countries getting devastatingly sick with almost no warning. The CDC classifies hantavirus as a Category C pathogen, recognized as a serious potential biological threat, but because outbreaks are rare and hard to track in real time, it stays invisible, right up until it isn't. Think about the biology for a second. Hantavirus already targets the lungs directly, it already spreads through aerosolized particles. The machinery is already pointed exactly where it needs to be, and the only missing piece is efficient human-to-human transmission. That's it. Just one adaptation. And here's the terrifying part of the math. It doesn't even need to keep the 40% death rate to be catastrophic. Drop it to 15%. Give a reliable airborne spread between humans, and you have a virus that collapses hospital systems across multiple continents before a single vaccine candidate finishes its first safety trial. Because the disease moves too fast. Early symptoms look exactly like the flu. By the time any government recognizes the pattern, planes have already landed in 40 countries. Here's what separates hantavirus from every single threat we talk about. It doesn't need a lab accident, doesn't need a government failure, doesn't need anyone to make a single mistake. It just needs time. And evolution has nothing but time. Right now, the American Southwest, in fields across Argentina, in storage sheds throughout rural Chile, deer mice are doing exactly what they have always done. Living, breeding, carrying the virus forward. Every generation is another chance for something to shift. We have satellites tracking nuclear sites, radar systems watching for incoming missiles, but one of the deadliest viruses ever recorded in humans is quietly evolving inside animals small enough to fit in your hand. The dust is already there. The only question is what's inside it.